Hey everybody, for this week's weekly tutorial video, I'm going to show you guys how to use masses to create shapes on your building. So when I was designing this roof, I originally tried to use revolves to make these interesting shapes, and it came out a little too edgy, and I didn't quite like it. So I asked around, and I eventually used masses to create the shape, and it fits the form of my building a lot better, and I figure it could help some of you guys. So the way you guys use masses inside your own project is you go to Architecture, Component, Model in Place, and instead of selecting generic models, you'll scroll all the way down and select Mass. You'll just give it a name. And as you can see, you can create some interesting shapes. But first what you want to do, you want to go to Set your Work Plane, and we'll just create another mass right next to this one. So the work plane is right at the first floor, and you'll draw the shape you want. We're going to keep it simple with a nice little rectangle. Right? And then you select it and you hit Create Form. It creates a nice little rectangle for you. So from here, you can edit the mass in any way you so desire. So say I want to make the rectangle just a little bit longer. I can select this green arrow and pull it out just a little bit. Say I want to change the shape or the angles of this rectangle. I can take this plane, pull it a little bit. As you can see, it's modifying the edges. Say I want it not to line up with the floor anymore. I can take this blue arrow and raise it up just a little bit. So now we've got an interesting little rectangle there. But say I don't really want a rectangle anymore. I can go to Add an Edge. And we'll just add an edge for you down there. Now we've got another plane that we can work with. We can stretch this out. Now we've got a 5-sided geometrical shape. I can plane a little bit too. Now you don't have to just work with planes. If you want to change the geometry a little bit more, you can play with the edges. And so before I was moving planes around, now I'm actually going to move an edge, and this is going to change the volume of the shape a little bit. Now we're changing the geometry just a little bit further. Stretching that out, moving things around. It's really important to know what plane you're working on. So when you select an arrow, it's going to take you, these arrows are like your X and your Y and your Z coordinates. And these little icons here are indicative of what plane you're working on. So this is like, you can think of it as your ground plane. This is like your X plane and your Y plane. And this will keep you moving on this plane. This will keep you moving on this plane. And this will keep you moving on this plane. And there's a lot of fun ways you can interact with it. But I guess that's all I have for you guys. I know learning how to use masses really helped me in creating this, and I hope it'll help you guys in your project. So, thanks for tuning in.